Blessed be. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Black Magic Talk. I have my wonderful co host, Matt Collins, over there. I actually pointed to the right way. Whoops. Except I hit my microphone when I did that. So today we're going to have another tarot session. Yes, I know, another one. I actually requested it because excuse me, there is some things I would like to ask, but he is going to go first because I went first the last time. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards. We have the Ghostbuster deck, just like as requested. So just think of your question and let me know when I'm done shuffling.
Cool. I hope I get as good as cards last time. I
Yeah,
really didn't want
right.
to do. I didn't want to do a reading for a few days. I was like, all right, I'm gonna let that, uh, let it
Well,
slide.
you had a lot of marshmallows, which were pentacles. So
Yeah,
that had to do with a lot of like career stuff and money. And it just seemed like good cards that it was letting you know that your financial situation was going to change a little bit. And you were not to worry too much about that. So hopefully that will get some different cards this time. And this will give you the answer to your question.
yeah. Let it ride. That's what I meant. I said let it slide. Let it ride.
Let it ride.
Which, yeah, I can make money playing blackjack, but I always lose it. So I can't stop. I'm like, ah. Anyways, okay, I'm good.
Okay. So we're going to do the echo chamber, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Sweet.
I think that's how it goes. Hang on. Let me just double check really quickly.
Yeah, I too am gonna do a different layout.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay,
1, 2, 3, and 4.
and then
That's
you're gonna
backwards.
explain. Yeah, and then you'll explain why it's
hmm
4 instead of 3.
So
Perfect.
1, 2. Oh, you're getting 3. You're getting marshmallows again. 3 and 4. Okay. So I don't know this layout very well, so I'm just going to read here 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. The first card represents the current stage of your life's journey. So again, you're getting marshmallows here. This is the Janine. So this is the 9 of marshmallows. Now, the 9 of pentacles always is, you pretty much get everything you want. So this is you reap what you sow. You've done the work, and now it's time to reap those benefits. So as you can see, she's drinking her little chocolate there, hot chocolate with the marshmallows, and she seems content. Again, if you go by the writer's deck, so this represents you, that you are content in your money right now. You're kind of feeling, achieved. You've worked hard to get to where you are, and now you're very content
All
in
set.
that. Okay. Number two. Number two, the card that represents your negative behavior or habit that is holding you back and should be released. We have the 2 of marshmallows, which is 2 of pentacles. So in the writer's deck, the 2 of pentacles usually means you're doing a balancing act. And in here, you can see he has the marshmallows within his fingers. So I don't know if he's kind of balancing them as more as he's just trying to grab, more. He's trying to I don't know if he's trying to do he's trying to grab 2 at once. So if we go by the writer's deck, so the negative behavior is you're looking for balance. I think you're looking for balance. You basically you're trying to do a trick, and you may not know if it's going to work or not, or you're reaching for more things than you should. It's a balancing act, so try to balance it as best you can. So as we see the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, he was the big monster. So But I mean, he's not a monster here. He's literally just basically I'm just going by the writer's deck. So like a two of pentacles literally is you're balancing, you're doing a balancing act. So just find that balance. And like I feel like it's between work, like there's something like with work and maybe this new book. Aren't you trying to do a new book?
I am, yes.
Okay. So and you do have another job, right? Is there another job that you're doing or
I,
another something that you're doing?
yeah, I got a
Yeah,
few books
okay.
going on.
Okay. So you're trying to balance between that. And that's fine, but you gotta, if you're having writer's block, you could always meditate. I keep hearing meditation is good. Um, so I definitely think that once you get that balance down, I think it'll come natural if you are stuck or kind of like trying to balance your time. So, okay.
Very much so, yeah.
So, number 3, this card reveals what you should focus on improving for the future. We have the Queen of Traps. Okay. So if you remember in the movie Ghostbusters, this was the queen that comes to, or this is the ghost that comes to Ray and kind of gives him a you know what. Like he's dreaming about this girl. So I guess like she's like a I mean, she is a ghost and she's full of pleasure and like he she was conjured from Ray's imagination. So I keep thinking like are you doing like a story about something like a fantasy story?
I am, yes. Yeah, the
Okay.
novel.
So she may be like a character you could use because you're conjuring her up from your imagination. She was there to pleasure. She's very pretty and very good looking. um she also is reaching out her hand, like, she's beckoning someone, so she may be telling you that, you need to is there like a like someone's being helped in the story, or is
Oh,
it
sure.
you kind of want to take the story to where someone needs help,
It's
maybe like
possible.
a damsel in distress kind of thing?
You have no idea how funny that is.
Okay. That's what she's kind of representing, like the because her hand's being reached out, so it's kind of like the damsel in distress, but she again she was created from the mind of Ray, or who was Dan Aykroyd in the movie. Um and she represents that, you know, sort of damsel in distress, but yet she gave pleasure to Ray in his dreams. So um I think she's
And
like a two sides of different coins there.
I'm sorry, what is this suit for that and the Rider Waite?
Uh I think traps are, hang on a second. I don't think it tells you. I can So this just says the compassionate queen of traps is in touch with the vibrations and energy around her. She follows her heart just like the dream ghost. Her manifestation reminds you to listen to your intuition whether you're awake or asleep. Um I think the suit of traps, this is wands. So traps, streams I think are cups, and this might be swords. Hold on, I'll see in the front of the book.
Oh yeah, because we've got marshmallows or pentacles.
Yeah. Here we go. So the streams are swords and the traps are cups. Okay, so this is the Queen of Cups. So
Oh,
again, she's
sorry.
the Queen of Cups in the Rider deck is usually Someone who's very emotional. She can be very emotional. Like I said, she was conjured up from a dream to pleasure Ray, of course. Everyone remembers the first one. But yeah, like follow your emotions here. And then, like, I also feel like she's like a damsel in distress. What if you're going to do something like with a damsel in distress? I would do that because of her. So sorry. I'm trying to get it up in front of you. Okay, so the fourth card tells you how to channel your greatest potential. And that would be the Two of Traps. So in the Rider's deck, because Traps is actually the suit of cups, the Two of Cups is usually about, lovers coming together. Do you have a lovers in, maybe the one of the stories you're talking about?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So that's where this is going. So the Two of Traps is like the Two of Cups. We have Ray Stantz there, or Dan Aykroyd. He kind of looks like he's a little bit adherent. So like maybe there's something you're like not sure about, but he's kind of fearless, but kind of like, he wants to kind of, be cautious. I keep hearing caution, caution. And the look on his face is kind of like, I don't know, I gotta, make sure and look around and make sure nothing's gonna happen to me. This could be like where he was from Slimer. Like when, at the hotel, he's kind of cautious about Slimer, and he's looking around and stuff. Not so sure, but kind of hesitant. But he has two traps there, so he is protected from Slimer. He can just open the trap once they get the ghost in the traps, and he should be okay. So, but this card tells me like you should be very cautious about something, whether that's cautious about a book or cautious something in your life. Just be cautious, because if you be cautious, you're more susceptible to actually seeing something unfold that you don't just jump right into it. In the writer's deck, the Two of Cups usually is like a celebration. Um, but I think this is more about like caution. If you be cautious, something will work out in your favor, and that could cause a celebration. So remember when they were at the hotel and they actually got Slimer, they actually did celebrate after that, because then they became very famous, um, and that's why. So you have some good cards here. So the traps are some good, like I said, good cards. I will actually look that up because I kind of want to see more of what they think that is. Just real quick.
Yeah, no,
So,
it's always
like the founding of the Ghostbusters, the Two of Traps signals the start of a new partnership or relationship built on mutual respect and appreciation. Together, you will help one another reach a high potential. But also, because, like I said, the look on his face, I would be very cautious, um, because I feel like you've been burnt in the past and you don't trust very easily, kind of like my man. He's a very private person, and he doesn't just trust people out of the blue. um, so I think that, because of his face being like, "Oh, I don't know, should I, shouldn't I?" Um, I would trust your intuition here and just be careful and be cautious, because that's what I keep getting. I keep getting, if you're cautious and you wait it out, I mean, put yourself out there, but I definitely feel like, just take precautions, maybe do a little research if you can, whatever the situation is. But once you have that mutual respect, excuse me, you should be fine. So overall, I think you had a really good reading. Some really nice cards here. Especially the Nine of Marshmallows, which again, if you do the Rider's deck, um, it's a really nice card. They It just means like fulfillment. Um, Yeah, your investments are paying off. Consider the 9 of marshmallows your permission to enjoy the rewards of your hard work. It's time to relax by the campfire with your bag of marshmallows and indulge the sweet treatment. So the other one, what you have to kind of work on, whether you're a scientist or a birthday party entertainer, juggling is an important skill, juggling responsibilities. So, so what could negatively impact you is you need to find that balance, because if you're juggling too much at once, eventually you're going to be burnt out. I keep hearing burnt out. Um, so to not cause that, just be careful, because if you juggle too much at once, you lose all your marshmallows, right? You lose all your marshmallows. If you pick too many marshmallows out of the bag, what happens? You drop some on the floor. So this is just kind of a warning. Hey, make sure that you're not taking on too much. Make sure that you are also, uh, finding time and not juggling everything. Like do 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 do. You're not in the circus, so you're a human being, not in the circus. Okay. I think that was a
Cool.
very positive reading there. I hope
I
that
always
answered
wanted
your
to.
question.
It did. Thank you.
Okay.
I always wanted to juggle, but yeah, I'm not very good at it.
I can juggle too, but I have to I'm like, oh crap.
Not
Yeah, I
me.
wasn't good at juggling. I can't do more than two.
Well, that's two more than me.
So
All
let
right.
me just shuffle these.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah, you
too.
were getting a lot of marshmallows the last time. You were getting like the 9 of marshmallows. So whatever your question was, it seems like it had a lot to do with like work, or like maybe those stories, that maybe you're juggling too much with the stories. But I think once you find that healthy balance, I think you'll be just fine, and you'll be surprised how fast those stories will be written, as long as you got the time. I know also you have a son, so finding time for your son is also, I know it's very hard for me because I have 3 shows, plus I have a job, plus, plus I'm a mom, plus, everything else. And I just it's very hard for me to find time for things, so especially with him. So, all right, I'm just going to okay. And we'll put those away. Let me think of my question. I'm doing this while I'm thinking of my question.
That's what I was doing too.
Okay, I got the question.
Okay. And you don't think it's too long to do pardon me. You don't think it's too long to do a 10 card reading?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Go for it.
Cool. And I did shuffle these before, but I will shuffle them a little more. Oh. And yeah, we're using the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Mhm. All you have to tell me is the positions, and then use your intuition. I'll
Yep.
use mine as well.
Yeah. So, you ready? Or
I'm ready.
okay. And then I am going with the definitions from this book, which is backwards, but rune shifting and tarot transformation. Uh,
Oh, cool.
Celtic cross layout is pretty typical.
Yeah.
So
I just don't remember all the. I know the
that's why I was pointing that out, because me too.
like the
Exactly.
cross.
Yeah.
The one is what's happening, what's crossing it.
So the
3 I
first card
forgot.
is the High Priestess.
High
High
priestess.
Priestess.
Okay.
So that's great.
Which is Sally, who was very timid.
Yep.
She sort of had a master, and um, so this is what's crossing, or this is
This
what's
is the present
what
position.
this current position. Okay, so this would represent me, because I am a priestess. I'm a Wiccan priestess. But I'm very timid. I don't trust very easily. But she was in love with
Jumping out of
Jack, but
window,
she was very
jumping out of windows,
shy.
jumping out of windows and stitching yourself back together.
No, I
I
haven't
love this
tried
movie.
that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't recommend it either. Yeah, definitely
So the high
not. Or
priestess is usually
making
someone who's
potions.
very feminine. and I'm just taking from her character. She's very timid. She, you know,
But she
she
knows what's going on when other even Jack didn't trust her, and she knew.
right, right, and she's not that she was timid, but she was more like,
Oh,
she
very
would defy
quiet.
her master. She would wait till he, was asleep or whatever, and then she would go and see Jack or try to, look at him.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of means that right now I'm trying to um be that, defiant person trying to um look for ways I can get out of the current situation, maybe. What do you think?
Yeah. I think maybe very intuitive in going by the movie. I mean, perhaps you're cooking something up to help out your situation. I mean, definitely, I think this is one of the best cards, but I'm a big fan of the most of the major arcana. So,
What does the book say, if you don't mind?
oh, I haven't even read this book. Honestly, I go by the Rider Waiter Thoth deck. Let's see here.
She doesn't like authority very much in the movie, because the one who created her, she kind of tries to ditch all the time.
Yeah. So Sally's perceptive and observant nature perfectly captures the energy of the High Priestess, intuitive visionary who's turned into what's really going on under the surface. Um, Vision of a burning Christmas tree holds a dire warning about Jack's plans. The appearance of this card is suggestive to beware. Situations in your own life might not be what they appear. Check in with your intuition and trust your instincts to connect with the truth.
Yep. Okay.
Interesting. So they do in this and the Ghostbusters change the meaning slightly from right
Slightly, yeah.
away. Then the second spot is the cross one, so the immediate obstacles.
Immediate
Immediate
obstacles.
obstacles.
Okay.
So this would be perfect for that. The Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, right? Which means movement. Um, Depending on if it's, crossed a reverse, it could be stagnation. But would you say this is upright, or would you just leave
Oh,
it upright?
upright. It's upright.
Okay. So it looks like a skeleton is, like, held to the wheel. So this was in Oogie Boogie's house, right?
Yep.
So and he had that turnstile that I know in the movie or in the game Kingdom Hearts, you have to face Oogie Boogie on that turnstile, and it was such a pain in
Nice.
the tuchus. I'm like, stop moving around. Um, I love the game Kingdom Hearts, by the way.
Yeah, those were good games.
I usually
Great.
would always die when Ursula was big. You know how you have to face Ursula by herself, and then she, like, gets really big, and she would always, like, I would always, like, die. But eventually I did beat her, and I did get to Halloween Town. I Just before my ex and I split, I was just helping Jack, uh, and I was just facing the Oogie Boogie house. So the Wheel of Fortune crossing obstacles is the movement may be happening not too fast, but it may be happening and I'm not aware of it. So there's movement there, but I'm not aware of it because I'm too distracted. I'm too distracted. Um, and I just think the obstacles are, yeah, that I'm just too distracted and I'm not seeing what's going on behind the scenes. But if I trust my intuition, I know that that will guide me. So,
Yeah, and the book says pretty much that major life changes, shifts in luck, all about chance. Reach a turning point in your life, the moment when the storm clouds part, the sun comes out, and your life begins to change. Now may be the time to make a big move, whether you switch careers, begin a new romance, jumpstart lifestyle shifts, or relocate across the country. You'll have good fortune on your side. So, excellent. as your obstacle. See, and that always confuses me. It's like you get a good card as your obstacle. It's like, okay, well,
Well, but I mean, it could
don't
be like
trust
an
on your luck too
upending, right? So like there, it could be an upending of once I get what I want, it could upend everything else in my life. Which,
much. Mhm.
if this would happen, yes, it would uproot everything because I would have to think of, what are we going to do with X, Y, and Z if
Yes.
um, ABC happens? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's kind of like getting 10 of a number. You have so much now, you have to figure out what next to do because
Yeah.
you've got
So
everything.
it will definitely, if and when it happens, it will end up uprooting everything, and I'll have to rethink everything.
Yeah. All right, so now we've got aspiration, the best which the querent could expect from the current pattern of events. So let's see.
What can
The
I
best
expect?
aspiration. And we've got the six of swords, or needles in this case, with Sally stitching herself back together.
Okay.
So six is recovering from your thoughts. So you might have had
Right.
bad thoughts, but now you're recovering from them.
Yeah, definitely. And that's because a certain situation happened where I was deceived, and now I'm just kind of like, well, okay, if it happens, great. If not, we'll just go back to the old plan.
Okay, then we've got the foundation, the roots of the situation, its beginnings. And that is the queen of potions or cups. So we both got that one.
Hmm. So again, she's very emotional, but I would say that I can be very emotional, especially around that time. And so if this is beginnings, right? Or this is what I think?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Foundation, the beginnings.
The foundation. Okay. So I would say the Queen of Cups is definitely me in this situation, where I need to take my emotions out of it. And whatever happens happens. It is a wheel of chance, um though other parties seem to be adamant that it's going to happen. But there's all kinds of aspects to her. She's the emotional one. She thinks with her heart, not with her head. And that's definitely me. Especially when it comes to my loved ones. Well, what does
Check.
the book say?
About the Queen of Cups.
Just to see if we're on the right track there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Needles. Ah, it says calm, cool, careless gal who's motivated by compassion, moves with grace and control through troubled waters. Sometimes this card can be a sign to listen to your intuition. You're more perceptive and capable than you think.
It's kind of like my man when he says you need to start believing in yourself.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've heard that over the past several days. You need to believe in yourself. Yep. That's just confirmation again that, I need to start believing in myself. You're on mute.
Well, that's not going to help. Uh, I was expecting you to use your intuition, and no, I'm just kidding.
And then what the next position is.
Yeah, I don't think anyone trusts themselves that much unless you read lips. But the recent past shifts
Okay,
and
the recent
developments
past.
in the emerging patterns of manifestation.
Okay.
Ooh, the Five of Swords.
Five of Swords. So
Or,
there's a battle going on between Jack and Oogie Boogie.
yeah. But
In the
who doesn't
writers,
go there?
right. The Five of Swords in, I believe, the writer's deck. Um, is that the five or the six where she's all kind of tangled up, but she can get
That's
out
the
of her
eight.
own?
That's the eight.
Oh, that's eight. Okay,
Yeah,
crap. Uh,
5 is where I think he's picking up a few swords, and there's two guys that are like gonna fight. But once you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. So I used
all
to
lit
think,
up.
oh God, I would much rather have the 5 of swords than the 9 or 10 of swords.
True.
Yeah,
Well, the
because
Ten of Swords kept coming up in my witches deck, and it kind of meant someone was going to stab me in the back. And I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, that's what that person did. I should have
yeah,
listened, but I kept thinking it was like, the of anything means an end of a cycle. So I kept thinking end of something, end of that, cycle. Um, so I mean, can I see the card again? So in the recent past, I felt like I was ready to fight, not myself, but ready to fight for something. And I got like I was ready to fight for that potential thing. Like I knew who my enemy was and I wanted to fight for that. So so yeah, that what does the book say? I'm kind of curious.
yeah. Let's see. Me too, because I have never dug into this. So I like the Thoth. Okay, let's see. Ultimate battle card. Are you fighting an oogie boogie in your life? Conflict can be uncomfortable, but sometimes inevitable. You'll need to be agile, clever to gain the upper hand. Good luck.
I was sort of fighting an Oogie Boogie, yeah. And they won for a minute, but they won for a split second, you know. But I am moving on from that.
And I would imagine with swords, it could be your imagination sometimes, perhaps a imagined battle almost, or fighting fears or something.
That it could be, but in this situation, I really was fighting Oogie Boogie, um, who is obsessed with me and needs to get over it. And that can be the hardest thing to fight because, I mean, um, if it wasn't for Mark and doing the cord cutting, I wouldn't be free from that Oogie Boogie.
All right, so future influence, factors which can be expected to arise as a result of current patterns. The magician.
Oh, so it's like the witches in the movie. I love the witches in the movie. Okay,
Yeah,
so the writer's deck, the magician is someone who is magic, someone who can do magic and implement, manipulate energy. They have the witches there are laughing and they have brooms.
they do. And standing on a book.
Standing on a book. So they have the magic, they have the wisdom, they are the magic. They are they can manipulate the energy. In the writer's deck, he has the mage has an infinity sign, which means unlimited potential. They have the four elements or the four tools there. So I am the master of the magic. I can manipulate. I can uh as Mark has been teaching me how to manipulate energy. So I think this has to do with the fact that I will learn to be the magic and to manifest anything I want by manipulating that energy. Because I have been reading Mark's book, and it's one to get the oogie boogie away. And then because I was thinking, well, if I can manipulate energy, then I can bring money towards me. So, I can bring anything towards me and I can manifest anything if I manipulate, excuse me, the energy around me. Um, so yeah, I definitely think that I I need to go back and reread his book. I just kind of skimmed through the first three chapters like he told me to do. But he definitely told me that I need to, um, you know, at least cord cut. Now I can kind of go back and read what I missed and um, kind of manipulate energy more of a because it's more of like a whatever you send out, you shall receive. So it's kind of I say, you remember the sticky hands? That's how I
Oh,
kind of think. Like if I take a sticky hand and throw it, and it's like a large sum of money, and I bring it towards me, well, then that will manifest money. In fact, which is kind of funny because excuse me. I've been getting like back to back customers, and every computer I fix, I get commission off of that. So if I fix a computer, I get commission off of that. I just literally replaced a guy's screen, so I got like $11 in commission off of his bill. So, and I have like 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 customers left to, who need to come in and pay for their stuff. And I switch them out for them. Like I had 2 hard drives to do. I have 2 people waiting. I'm waiting for 2 people for batteries that I just switch them out. And then I'm doing a cleaning. So I've really seen since I've done that manipulation, I've really seen a turnaround in my current job. My shows are getting much better. Um, Still kind of waiting for people to donate. So if you would like to donate, the links are in the description field. Please, please do that. But I've definitely seen an uptick now that I've kind of done that visualization. um, I've seen an uptick in, customers coming in and me getting commission. I had a nice commission last paycheck or this coming paycheck that I'm going to get paid on Friday. So it definitely is, coming around. But to the crux of the matter, now that I can manipulate energy, it should be easy for me to help my man also manifest. I'll just put it that way. So, so yeah, that's very interesting because I am the magic. I am the energy. I am the manifesting person that I thought I could be. And again, I keep hearing, believe in yourself. You need to believe in yourself. I keep hearing that throughout this whole reading.
that's good. So then we've got the questioner. So the effects that you have.
Effects I have on the situation.
Yep. And we've got the 5 of Cups.
5 of Cups. So let me see.
Or presents.
Presents. I'm trying to think of the 5 of Cups in the Rider's deck. I think that's the one where the guy's like this,
Yes, it is. I think
and he
so.
has 3 cups in front of him, or no, he has 2 cups that have spilled over, but he doesn't see the cups that are behind him. So I'm I was all kinds of sad that something didn't work out, that I don't see the cups behind me.
Yeah, yeah.
Um so I'm kind of like I need to turn around and see that I still have more cups.
And if you like
Um
scary ducks and bats and stuff, I mean, you're totally.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it is how the Halloween season. It is the season, right? Um,
And you've got scary stuff going on in your back. Yeah.
yeah, this guy here, he's pretty
So that
scary, and
is
he's really
literally that
loud.
is what you brought. Yeah, yeah.
He's really loud, but like I turned him on, and he's like, I'm like, and all I did was like let it go because it goes on motion sensor. And it must have like the air going past it must have turned it on because it did it again. I was like, "Oh, your batteries are gonna wear
Surprise.
out if I don't turn you off." um, yeah, I just feel like I need to turn around and look at the 3 cups because I'm just all kinds of sad that and I keep thinking, "Oh, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen." But I did make a compromise with this person. Um, they have a certain time to make whatever they need to manifest, and I'm only looking at it as those 2 cups spilt over because whatever I wanted to manifest or whatever they wanted to manifest didn't happen. So I'm not looking at the 3 cups behind me that are full and I need to turn around. So that's what the 5 of Cups usually means in the writer's deck.
All right. And we're on to number 8, which is environmental influence factors in the surroundings which have upon the members. And we've got the chariot.
Oh, which is also movement and balance. So in the Nightmare Before Christmas, Jack becomes Santa Claus. Now they put Santa Claus with Oogie Boogie. Um, if am I remembering correctly here?
You are, yes, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
the
they
three
had to
little
do something
kids.
with Santa Claus so that Jack could be Santa Claus. Um, and so the chariot in the writer's deck just means movement. It also can mean balance, stay balanced. Um, so what I think this my intuition is telling me believe in yourself. Okay, okay, I get it. I get it. You can stop saying it now. But also like it will manifest, but you have to stay balanced. You have to stay not distracted, but kind of like distracted. It will happen in its own time. Um, like if I don't think about it and don't worry about it, it will manifest. It's kind of like that, you do it and you forget it. You forget about it or something. Um, excuse me. So that's kind of like what I'm feeling is like, believe in yourself, but kind of be distracted. Um, but don't let it be the elephant in the room, right? So uh what's influencing me is there's stuff going to be put in my way so that I'm distracted and not thinking about it 24/7. Oh, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? That kind of thing, and I just kind of need to live my life and not let this bog me down 24/7.
Yeah, and the chariot's pulling that precious cargo. Jack's got the presents in there.
The presence in there, right?
So
So
the
yeah,
environment holds the gift.
right.
And then we've got inner emotions, how you really feel about things.
Usually it's like hopes and fears, yeah.
Ooh, so you got temperance. So that
Temperance, which
balance.
usually means, moods are kind of good. We see Sally putting potions into a cauldron. Can you read the book real fast?
Yeah, yeah. Temperance is usually like perfect balance.
Perfect balance, perfect mood.
Let's see here. Ah, like pouring magic potions into a cauldron, temperance blah, blah, represents the act of combining different elements together in perfect harmony. The message is moderation. Now isn't the time for excess or extremes, so make sure you're maintaining balance in your life. Remember, whatever you put out, you'll get back. It's all about give
Right.
and take. Embrace the flow.
Right. So again, this goes back to the, don't let the elephant in the room become your life. So believe in yourself. Okay, okay, I get it. Thank you, intuition. I keep hearing, be true to yourself. Um, and the fact that the moderation thing again, don't let it become my life that I'm thinking about it 24/7. My hopes and fears are that it's not going to happen. Well, it's taking care of itself, so you need to balance and take care of your life, take care of your son, take care of this. Um, Try not to let it distract you, but I mean, know that it's in the background and it's working is what I keep hearing. So yeah. Every card you turn over, I keep hearing believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. That's what I keep hearing in my ears. Psychically, I think it's doing that. It's probably my guides or whatever. But I keep getting that like the mediumship classes that I'm going to be taking with Sonia are definitely going to help me with my intuition and distract me from whatever's working in the background. Not so much distract me, but like kind of keep me on the right path forward. That's working itself out, but yet I'm psychically opening myself up so that I can be better at tarot, better at mediumship. I even thought about doing a reading for my dad because he lost his mother when he was 12. I never met my grandmother on his side. She passed away when he was 12 back in 67. And of course, I wasn't alive yet. I come to Lady Six. Um, but like, if I could get in touch with my grandmother, meet her, because I heard she was a tremendously loving and great woman. Um, I just don't wanna make my dad cry, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want him to get over emotional because if I contact her, because I feel like she's always been around me, because my dad would always tell me, "If your grandmother was still here, she would spoil you rotten." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, dad." But it's true that my dad spoiled me with love and everything I needed, um, where my mom didn't. But I think, like, sometimes when I think of my grandmother, I'm not I've seen a picture of her, I don't know her, but I've seen a picture of her, and I just get the feeling of this overwhelming love and affection. So, like, I think that this, mediumship classes is definitely going to open me up more, and where I won't even think about that. I'll just kinda let that work itself out, whatever, the crux of the problem is.
All right. Then we've got the final result. My cat is meowing at me.
Or the final outcome.
Yes. The final outcome
The
is
coup de
the
grace.
King of Wands or Candles. My
King of
favorite to pick.
Wands. Okay, can you read the book to me? I'll just
Yes.
I think I know what this is gonna be. Because the King of Wands is very fiery, passionate.
I. Capable, celebrated leader who focuses on the big picture. Like a pumpkin king himself, a visionary with a knack for bringing people together and inspiring them to work toward a common goal.
That's exactly what I thought. That would be my man. He is an Aries, so he's very fiery, very passionate. Um, and he sets my soul on fire. Let's put it that way. Um, when you have a soulmate that is like that, yes, he is that kind of person that will bring people together. He always tells me that when I have a fight with my dad, I mean, was it really worth it? Excuse me. Or not like a fight. Like I don't fight with my dad. I just kind of bicker at my dad. But he'll like kind of say, hey, was that worth it? Maybe you should apologize. Um, and I'll be like, yeah, but I mean, I'm still kind of mad, so I need time to process them being mad part. Same with my son. Like if I get mad at my son, man, I'm so sorry. My sinuses and my son's too. Like when I get mad at my son, sometimes I just want to be mad at somebody. And I kind of take it out on my son. And he's like, look, honey, you need to not take it out on your son. And that's why I try not to yell because my mom yelled at me and I know that it always made me cry. So, and it makes him want to cry as well when I get upset and I raise my voice. So I try not to raise my voice with him, but I'm very stern. I I don't yell, but I'm very stern when I say something. So like, for example, immediately. So, um, but he just doesn't like when I yell, and I try not to with him because, like I said, it was a negative impact on me. And my mom was a yeller. As she would say, she came from a family of yellers. Well, I don't like yelling. I cry every time someone yells. Um, so I think what this is trying to say is that, the outcome is going to be him, that fiery, passionate him. And whatever we need to manifest, it will manifest because he is that bringing together of people. He doesn't like conflict either. It kind of it's not something he likes to deal with either, even though conflict will always come up. But I definitely see like not see, but I like feel that whatever this is that needs to go on in the background will happen and it has something to do with him. And that's correct. It does. Um, and again, I'm hearing believe in yourself. Okay. Got it. You can stop saying it. Um, yeah. So that was a really positive reading. And it has a lot to do with, me, um, you know, being a little bit distracted, working on the spiritual side of myself. Know that's there. I mean, whatever we're trying to manifest is there. But it's something he needs to do, not so much me. I just need to believe in myself. Um, yeah, because I'm definitely getting that it's going to be a good outcome. And yeah, he is the kind of person that, he's very private unless you get to know him. And then he'll tell you anything you need to hear or want, anything you want, not want to hear, but what you need to hear. He's very blunt at times. um, Even if you don't want to hear it. Um, but yeah, he needs to have that trust first. I think that's most of us. I've learned that I can't just have my heart on my sleeve all the time, that I need to trust not everybody, you know, um, and I need to get to know you until that trust can be manifested, I guess, between us. With you and me, it was kind of just like mutual, just boom, there is mutual respect between you and I. And I'm very happy to call you friend. Um, so, I mean, there are some people that you just feel that immediate connection with. And then there's others where I'm kind of like, I need to get to know you first. Um, so I think that's definitely something that I need to work on also in my mediumship things. Like I said, I would love to talk to my grandmother that I never met. I would also like to talk to the grandmother I did meet. She passed when I was 13. And like there's some things there, like after she passed, um unfortunately, my abuse got worse with my mother. And I think, like, I feel very like she kind of feels responsible for that. I felt that for years. That she felt very responsible for leaving me with my mother. When there was a situation that happened where uh I begged my grandmother not to take me home, and she didn't call my mother, and my mother was frantically worried. Now, I mean, I'm the one who begged my grandmother not to take me home, and she took the brunt of the blame. Like, she did that for me because she didn't tell my mom that, "Well, your daughter is begging me not to take her home. Is there a reason why that would be happening?" But my grandmother just took the brunt of it. She didn't even mention anything. So I would like to talk to her. And thank you, Sonia. I just want a special shout out to Sonia, who is going to help me um, kind of, get used to that. And there's also Mark Niekamp that we also, and I would like to get him back on too. I think we should. I'll reach out to him. We're gonna try to talk tomorrow on the phone. So it's, it's not fair because my boss has been teasing me with and now I want another baby because of it. But like he brings his youngest son to work, and then like I'm like, oh darn it. I can't help but play with his little son. So in fact, like last, was it Tuesday or Thursday? I think it was Thursday. I actually rocked him to sleep, and I'm like, yeah, I still got it. And he was asleep like that. And as soon as I laid him down, he kind of cried a little bit and then went back to sleep. But I was like, yep, I still got it. I still got that motherly stuff, even though my son is 7 and he's not. I mean, I could rock him to sleep, but he's 7. He'll be 8 in, what is today? 14 days. 14 days, my son will be 8 years old. Ay, ay, ay. My, how the time goes. It seems like just yesterday I was bringing him home from the hospital. You know what I mean? so,
I do.
but yeah, I definitely will reach out to Mark and ask him, if he'd like to come back on, talk about a little bit more of the energy that he was talking about before, manipulating energy, and how that can affect and manifest for people. So yeah, I'll talk to him tomorrow and we'll see if we can get him back on to talk about that. Um, anyway, that was a great session. I think that really answered our questions. um yeah, so I mean, we're almost out of time anyway, guys, so it's been so much fun. Next time I'm going to do the 5, I don't remember what it's called, but there's like a 5 card. I think it goes up to 6 or 7. Let's see. Now it goes up to 5. Okay, so I can do the cross the streams. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll do that next time. So the crossing the streams, uh, we'll do that.
Sweet.
And like I said, I want to do these more often. So next week we don't have anybody, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So next week, I would like to do I don't know. I don't remember when the full moon is coming. Let me just look that up real fast. So the new moon, let's see, is the 17th. Of course it's the 17th. Can't just land on. But what I'd like to do, so the 17th is the full moon, so that's Thursday. Of course I have a hair appointment. But what I'd like to do is bring out my full moon ritual, and we kind of say a few words to the full moon. And then since Samhain is coming, let's talk about Samhain. How about that? We'll talk about the history of Samhain. And of course, we can show our decorations. Our decorations. There we go. Decorations. Yeah, I've actually asked my dad to put out our decorations because I just don't have the time. I am so busy this week. Yeah. And on the weekends I'm pulling double duty. Today I was pulling double duty. I have I work about 8 hours at my other job, plus I have the show Monday. Tuesday I'm working, Wednesday I'm working, Thursday I'm working, plus I have a hair appointment. Friday I'm working, Saturday I'm working, and then I have pro wrestling talk. So, any shameless plugs before we get out of here?
No, I'm good today. Thank you, though.
Okay. So I do have a little bit of shameless plugs. If you could please, please, please check us out on Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are a wrestling fan, we are going to talk about the AEW pay-per-view. We're also going to review the 3rd episode. He may do the 4th as well of the Vince McMahon docu-series that recently came out about Vince McMahon. If you would like to listen to all that, just check us out. Pro Wrestling Talk, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, man, I'm sorry about that. So I'll put his links in the description field, his YouTube if you'd like to watch it on YouTube, and then also his Rumble if you'd like to watch it on Angel's Rumble. And then of course, I just did yesterday, I did a recording with Angel and Kit Cabello. And literally we did a Ultimate Ribs 2. So it was the second one. And we had a great time. Kit was only allowed to be with us for like an hour, but the rest of us, I mean, it was just such a great time, and I got to tell him, what we did on the first Ultimate Ribs. And he was actually laughing hysterically at those as well. So that will be coming out probably in the middle of November, so like 11, 17. that will be coming out. And then, of course, the one with Matt and Angel will be coming out this coming Sunday, the 20th, so 10/20. So look for that. That was the Ultimate Ribs #1, and we had such a great time. I can't tell you how we laughed and we laughed some more. And I mean, that was about Kurt Hennig's ribs. So I will be doing episode 61. We are already at 61 on Kurt Hennig Was the Best, Changed My Mind. And we are going to do the Nitro. I don't remember who he faces, but this would be after the Thunder that he had that impromptu match. We're going to kind of keep going. Oh, it's Lex Luger because it was right after Super Bowl. So it's Lex Luger. He faces Lex Luger on Nitro. And uh and then Scott Steiner, who just turns to the NWO, will come out. So, and he actually injures himself, like oopsie. But yeah, like so, we'll go over that match. We definitely will go over 4 more promos, of course, with Kurt. I have the ones from '92 and '93, and that was during his babyface run. So he is babyface at this point. There's some more with Brett in there. We will be doing those matches with Bret Hart, the house matches that somebody put them on YouTube. I don't know who it was, but they snuck a camera in '93, which is very hard to do because those cameras were huge. So they snuck a camera into the house show, and literally I downloaded these as quick as I could to get them off of YouTube in case they say there's copyright or whatever. But it's Kurt and Brett versus Lex Luger and Razor Ramon. Okay, 2 different locations. One's at Madison Square Garden. The other one is in New York somewhere. Not I don't really remember, but we will be going over those matches. But for right now, we're just gonna kind of do 98. So WCW 98. We will do the uncensored match between Kurt and Brett, which was another great one. There was a couple of botches, but I mean, it wasn't too much. It wasn't like overly done or anything. So that's what I got coming up for me. But of course, we will be here next week. So we're going to talk about the moon, the full moon, and then we're going to talk about Samhain. And then, of course, the 28th. I just want to let everyone know the 28th is a Monday. We will not be recording until Wednesday night. So Wednesday night, we are actually going to do a special Halloween edition of Black Magic Talk. I'm very, very excited because we're going to have the wonderful and beautiful Sonia Smith. She is going to be doing readings for us. I'm going to be all decked out in my witch's hats. I'm going to have a witchy hat. And then I'm going to have my cloak and stuff, of course. And I'll stand up and I'll show everybody my ensemble. Okay. Matt, what are you coming as?
I'm not sure yet. I think I might just pull a Jedi.
Okay. I love Jedis. And what does your son want to be?
Of all things, a ghost. He wanted that last year too, and I forget
Really?
what it ended up being. But yeah, he's wanted to be a ghost the last 2 years. So I finally am just like, okay, if that's what you want.
Great. Great. So are you going to put a sheet over him, or are you going to go full on like ghost at the, go get like a off of Amazon or something, get like a costume?
Probably sheet. He wants to
That's what I
design it
figured.
himself. So yeah.
Well, I mean, when in Rome, right? When in Rome.
Classic.
Okay.
Yeah.
My son wants to be a firefighter, just like he was last year.
Nice.
I think we have a little firefighter on our hands, which is fine. If he wants to be a firefighter when he grows up because he loves helping people, more power to him. I'm going to be behind him 100% because that's what mama does. Mama's behind you no matter what.
We
Um,
appreciate the firefighters out here in California
I
because,
mean, yeah, I if I could give to the firefighters here in Pennsylvania, I definitely would. I just right now I don't have the money to do that, but you never know what's going to manifest now that I know how to kind of manipulate energy and stuff. So, but thank you to Mark Niekamp for that. I did get his book, so thank you. Um, Excuse me. So we will definitely have a very special Halloween edition of Black Magic Talk. Everybody knows this. I mean, it's a special Samhain, excuse me. Well, Samhain, Halloween, whatever you decide to call it or whatever you celebrate. So again, join us here. It probably will be dropped on Thursday, I do have off. If I do wait till Friday, the 1st of November, um, just kind of look out for that. But we will be having a special Samhain edition of Black Magic Talk. It will be on October 30th because Sonia, excuse me, Sonia Smith is in the UK. So we will do midnight her time, and it'll be about 7 o'clock my time. It'll be about 4 o'clock your time, Matt. And we're going to actually we're going to have some readings beforehand, and then we're going to have the seance. So we're going to actually do a seance on Samhain, which I'm so excited for because I have some people following, coming up. And there are people I do want to talk to that I think I would love to hear from and channel. Um, so look out for that, guys, because it is coming up. I'm very, very excited. And then we're going to have Daniel back on our show, the lovely Daniel. And of course, Cassie is always welcome as well. And like I said, I do want to get Mark out. I will reach out to him tomorrow, but we will see you here next week. And next week, we're going to talk about Samhain. And then the 28th, we will not have a show, but we will save it for Samhain and the lovely Sonia Smith. I cannot wait. I'm like chomping at the bit. Come on, Halloween. Let's go. So for next time, blessed be everyone. Thank you so much. Blessed be everyone. Hello. I just want to let everyone know that the outro music is AI generated. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And also, if you would like to generate your own AI, the link in the description field will be for their website. Blessed be everyone.
In the woods where the whispers run deep, underneath the moon, where secrets we keep, she dances in the shadow with the silver tide. Candles flicker soft, guiding light as a guide. Her altar's filled with herbs and old charms, lost in ancient spells, safe in her arms. Stars weave a tapestry across the black sky. With a chalice raised high, she lets out a sigh. With her sacred circle drawn tight, calling to the spirits in the quiet of the night. Her magic's in the earth, the wind, and the seas. She whispers ancient words, swaying like the trees. In a grove of oaks, where the world stands still, she gathers her strength with every Sabbath thrill. The moon's tender gaze, casting shadows cold, the stories of her craft in the twilight retold. The broom by her doorstep, sweeping away all the dark shadows of yesterday. With the cauldron bubbling, herbs to the air, every spell she casts is a heartfelt prayer. With her sacred circle drawn tight, calling to the spirits in the quiet of the night.